All right. Yeah, happy Sabbath to those keeping it today. Um, we're gonna look at part three of the lesson Jesus Christ is Serapis today. But before we do that, of course, we're gonna open with a word of prayer and blow the trumpet, and then we'll get going. So let me just load up the trumpet here. Give me a second. And of course, the reason we're loading up the trumpet is because every time I blow the trumpet here on Zoom, it just cuts it out for some reason. So we get our wonderful brother here to blow the trumpet, and his trumpet blowing is on point. So that one here, one sec.
Shalom, shalom, the house of Israel. Hey, it's another beautiful evening. It's about to come in. You already know we're getting ready for the Shabbat, right? So Shabbat shalom to all my family out there. I'm going to go ahead and let it rip. This is my tradition. Every Shabbat, I like to bring it in. You know what I'm saying? And when the Shabbat's going on, I like to take it out. You know what I'm saying? In peace, in shalom, and great salutations. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and let it rip, and we're going to make the heathens mad. You hear what I'm saying? Here it is. Here we go. Shabbat shalom, the king is coming. Bless y'all.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, the king is coming. Let's pray, and then we'll start the service. Um, Sisters, uncover your head. Sorry, cover your head, and brothers, uncover your head, and let us all face Jerusalem. Heavenly Father, blessed be your name forever, even forever and ever. Thank you, Father, for another service today, Father. I pray that the service is satisfying unto you, Father. I pray it comes up to you as a sweet incense. And I pray that those who would benefit from this service indeed do get the benefit, oh Father. Let the word come out in spirit and truth. Let us consider ourselves, Father, that we uh, remain humble in this walk, and let us stay on the straight and narrow, obeying your word as it is written, O Father, in spirit and in truth. For you say within your word that it is good for a man to find wisdom and understanding, but it is better for a man to fear you, O Father, which means to keep your commandments, showing that many men have found the truth, but very few actually keep it, Father. Or rather, showing that people have found your truth, but there is a difference between finding your truth and actually following the truth that we find, O Father. Help us to be doers of the word and not hearers only. Let us not deceive ourselves, so Father. Let people be edified. Let souls be saved by this word. And we pray this to Yahweh's name. So be it. All praises. All right, so let's get right to it. See here. Let's see here. Let's get this loaded up. Great. So let me share my screen here. Just give me a second. All right. So last week, by the way, Sava, you're here?
Yeah.
Excellent. Kara, you there?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
great. Great. Hey, you there?
Yeah.
All right. All righty. So last week, we looked at how and why Serapis was created. All right. And I posted that lesson because I had not recorded it on the website, which can be reached by just typing in howardshai.ca. So part 2 is posted here, all right, for study. Okay. So last week we looked at how and why Serapis was created, and then we also looked at the image that he was based on, okay, which was the image of Pluto. So this week we're gonna look at where Serapis got his other attributes from. So he got his image or his look from Pluto. So the other attributes that he has, where did he get these attributes from, right? And we're gonna start in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 20. Let's get that, Sava.
But I say that the
Nice,
things which
nice and loud, bud.
but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to Yahweh. And I would not that he should have fellowship with devils.
Right. So according to this scripture, where did Serapis get his other attributes from? I'm asking
Devils,
from devils, right? From devils, man. Right? Let's look up that word devils. All right. Devil, Old English, they fall, a devil, a subordinate evil spirit afflicting humans, man. Right? I want to bring this part out. It is also an agent noun from Greek, diabalin, to slander or attack, literally to throw across. All right. To throw or reach. The point here being to slander. Okay. What is it to slander? It's to lie on somebody else. So if somebody said, for example, Brother Michael loves Edomites, that's a slander, man, right? Because I don't love Edomites. You understand? And you would be lying about who I am, right? So devils, this is what they do, man. They slander, right? Let's read a little more. Says here, and I want to point out, a subordinate evil spirit, man. See that? Right? Also in Christian theology, the devil, right? So, and this is true, right? The devil is the chief evil spirit, which would be the spiritual demon Satan. But you also have devils, which are evil spirits, man. You understand? These false gods, these idols are devils. and they all work for and go back to the spiritual demon Satan. Just like we deal with the spirit of the Most High, and our word, our instructions, our whole vibe goes back to the Most High, man. Through Yahweh Shai the Prince. It says a powerful spirit of evil, otherwise known as Satan, right? Which we looked at. From Late Latin, diabolus, also the source of Italian diavolo, French diable, Spanish diablo, German Teufel, is Old High German Teufel from Latin via Gothic diabolus. Okay. The late Latin word is from the ecclesiastical Greek diabolos, which in Jewish and Christian use was, when they say Jewish, they mean Hebrew. And Christian use was the devil and Satan, okay? And which in general use meant, see that, accuser or slanderer, all right? So, the Most High says, the things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice unto accusers, unto slanderers, unto evil spirits, unto Satan, man, right? And not to the Most High. And it says, and I would not that you should have fellowship with devils, man. The Most High don't want you to have fellowship with evil spirits, man. The Most High don't want you to have fellowship with Satan, man. The Most High don't want you to have fellowship with slanderers, which is why it says in Proverbs, I believe it's 6, that, 6 things doth Yahweh hate, and 7 are what? An abomination to him. Watch these things, because I had not realized this for a long time walking in this truth. These particular things are actually abominations to the Most High, right? 6 things he hates, 7 are an abomination. Meaning, not just that the 7th is an abomination, but these 7 things are abominations towards the Most High, in the eyes of the Most High, right? It says a proud look, a lying tongue. So for the purposes of the point I'm trying to make, that the Most High don't deal with slanderers, a lying tongue or a slanderer, an accuser, a false accuser, is an abomination before the Most High, man. You understand? Just like hands that shed innocent blood, just like women wearing men's garments and men wearing women's garments, just like homosexuality. These things are abominable to the Most High God, right? So this is serious, right? So the Most High don't want you to have what do you call it? Commune with devils, man. The Most High doesn't want you to have fellowship with devils, right? Because the things that the heathen sacrifice to, they're devils, man, right? Evil spirits, right? Let's look at Psalm 78 and verse 49. Let me get that, Kara. Psalm 78 and verse 49. Go ahead.
He cast upon them the fearsomeness of his
Nice and loud, nice and loud. He cast upon them.
He cast upon them and the fierceness of anger, wrath, and
Indignation.
and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
Right. So the Most High has evil angels, man. Right? These are what these spirits, these evil spirits, these devils are. That's what Satan is. Satan is the evil angel, the chief evil angel, right? Another word for that would be an evil spirit. right? So the Most High has evil spirits that he sends among people. And that's backed up by Isaiah 45:7, where the Most High says he does all good and evil, right? It's also backed up by, I believe it's 1 Kings 22:22, right? Let me just pull that up here. 1 second. Yeah, right. So, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? So Yahweh was in a council meeting. We looked at this last week. And he was in a council meeting with his spirits, good and evil. And one of them said, hey, listen, I'm going to convince Ahab to go and die at Ramoth Gilead by being a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. And God said to the evil spirit, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, and you're going to be successful. Right? So let's read this here. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? I'll go a little higher. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. From 18, and the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, did I not tell thee that he would prophesy no good concerning me, but evil? And who is he talking about? It is brother Micah. There we go. Right? And Micaiah, okay, which is the long version of Micah, said, as Yahweh liveth, what Yahweh saith unto me, that will I speak. And brother Micah was a prophet that you know was one out of, I believe it was 400 prophets who actually told the truth to the king. The rest of them lied to him, right? So brother Micah is explaining what he saw in the spirit, and this king doesn't believe him, and indeed it cost him his life. So he says, and brother Micah said, as Yahweh liveth, what Yahweh saith unto me, that will I speak. So he came to the king, and the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear? Right? Because, they always used to, in order to inquire of Yahweh, people used to go and talk to the prophet, the town prophet, and he would tell them what Yahweh said, because Yahweh don't just deal with any man, right? It says, and he answered him, go and prosper, for Yahweh shall deliver it into the hand of the king. And the king said unto him, how many times shall I adjure thee that thou tell me nothing but that which is true in the name of Yahweh? And the reason the king said that is because Micah said, don't worry, you're going to do good. And the king didn't believe him, because he's like, hey, listen, you never say what all these other prophets say. So what are you talking about? Right? So Micah comes and tells him exactly what the Most High showed him. It says, and he said, I saw all Israel scattered up upon the hills as sheep that have not a shepherd. And Yahweh said, these have no master. Let them return every man to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, did I not tell thee that he would prophesy no good concerning me, but evil? So the king saying, yeah, you see, I told you this guy has nothing good to say about me, man. This is the real prophecy, right? He's saying, hey, listen, everybody go home. Don't go to war, right? 19, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of Yahweh. I saw Yahweh sitting, here's the point, I saw Yahweh sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. Okay? The ones on the right are the good angels, okay, sent to protect us and all of these things, and the ones on the left are the evil angels sent to do evil works. Okay, and here's the proof. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. You hear that? So in the council with the good and evil spirits, one evil spirit comes forth and said, I will persuade Ahab to go die at Ramoth Gilead. That's what fall means, right? And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? So how are you going to do it? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit. Remember, a lie is an abomination to the Most High. It says, I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him. So this is what Yahweh said to the evil spirit. Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. You see that? So Yahweh actually sent an evil spirit, just like he sent evil angels in Psalm 78:49. He sent the evil spirit to lie to his brother to go get him to die at Ramoth Gilead. All right. So where did Serapis get his other attributes from? Well, he got them from devils, man. He got them from evil spirits, man. You understand? And these evil spirits have many names, and they all lead back to the chief evil spirit, Satan. So let's break this down. Saba, read here for me.
Plutarch's story of the stolen statue of Pluto has been challenged, and some scholars claim it was already a statue of Serapis taken from the Serapeum at Memphis.
Okay, so stop right there. So it says, when last week we looked at how, Plutarch said that the statue of Pluto was already a statue of Serapis, okay, and it was taken from the Serapeum at Memphis. So whether it was actually Pluto's image or already a statue of Serapis, that was already at Memphis, you're still gonna find that these devils use the same likeness over and over again, all going back to their father, man, the spiritual demon Satan, right? So read on.
However, that may be, the statue is understood to have been a representation of an underworld deity.
So hold on right there. So you see that? The author is saying, well, whether it was Pluto or already Serapis, the statue is understood to be the representation of an underworld deity, man. Now we already know all these devils, right? All these idols are evil spirits, right? But it goes deeper to show you that, hey, listen, this particular one, even in their own story, in their own mythology, was an underworld deity, man. It wasn't even one of the holy ones. It was one of the unholy ones, right? Read on.
Either the Greco-Roman Hades, Pluto, or Serapis, who, as a blend of Osiris and Apis,
Osiris
who also associated with the underworld.
Was also associated with the underworld, right? So it says either this image was the Greco-Roman Hades or Pluto, like we read before, right? Or it was specifically Serapis, whom we know Ptolemy created, right? How did he create them? We looked at it last service. He created them by blending Osiris and Apis, okay? Two Egyptian devils, man. Two Egyptian evil spirits, man. Right? And he reiterates, even though they may not have come directly from Pluto, it was an underworld deity, and then he reiterates again, it's either Pluto or it's Hades or it's Serapis, the new god, right? And if it was Serapis, the new god, he was a blend of Osiris and Apis, right? And in addition to all of that, he was still associated with the underworld, man. So out of all the devils that they could have chose to bring forth into the 21st century. They bring forth the devil that was even in their mythology considered an underworld deity, right? Is that a coincidence? I think not, right? And of course, we have the receipts here. You can go check them out on your own time. So it says here, let's get Kara to read this part here.
What?
The highlighted portion.
Ptolemy.
Nope. When you see P and T like that, it's just pronounced with the second letter only. The P is silent. So that would be Ptolemy, okay?
Ptolemy.
That the I there is read as the first, okay? So Ptolemy the first.
Ptolemy the First took his established cult and added the Greek god Zeus to it.
Okay, so stop right there. So Ptolemy took this established cult, the cult of Osiris and Apis, all right? The Serapis cult, which we looked at the last service, and he added the Greek god Zeus to it. So he took two devils and added a third devil to it, right? Go ahead.
Zeus was the king of the Opalian
No,
god.
break it down. Olymp is what? Yep. And IAN is what?
Ian.
So the word is?
Olympian gods often referred to as father and
So stop right there. Zeus was the king of the Olympian gods, the king of the devils, often referred to as father. Just like the root of all Christianity, the Roman Catholic Church refers to the priest as father, Zeus was also referred to as father. Now remember, the Roman Catholic Church was started by Edomites. And Zeus is an old Edomite god. So what you see here is them taking the same principles from the ancient devil worshiping religions and bringing it forth into today's Christianity. Here's one of the receipts. Simple and plain. Zeus was called father. The scripture says, call no man father. We're going to look at it. But yet, in Christianity, at the very root of it is the worship of Zeus, as we can see here, right? Read on. And understood.
And understood as the god of thunder, as well as cosmic justice.
Right. So Zeus is understood as the god of thunder, and we're going to address this probably in the next service. He's understood as the god of thunder as well as cosmic justice. Because what the heathen like to do is tell you, the Jews or the Jewish, they like to say, but really they're talking about the Israelites, which is us. They like to say, the Jews took their gods from religions that predate them. Well, you're going to see that that's a lie. That's just a bold-faced lie, right? Now, this can literally only be true if you take the Edomites' version of history as the truth, right? But the Most High warn you about building your foundation on the sand. The Edomite version of the truth, which is a deception, is built on sand. It changes as often as they do research. You know, they always have a new theory about the beginning of the world. They always have a new theory about this. They always have a new theory about that, about space, about under the sea. They always have a new theory. Sand, shifting all the time. The Most High foundation is one of solid rock. It don't move. He tell you, I made the world. End the story, man. He tell you the firmament cannot be passed. End of story. You know, he tell you the sun is on a circuit and the moon is on a circuit and the wind is on a circuit. End of story, man. You don't have to change his word. Because he's the one that made the thing. He knows exactly how it's made. Right? So let's look at these two scriptures. Let's go to Matthew 23 and 9 first. Right? Matthew 23 and 9. Read that for me, please, Saba.
And call no man father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven.
You hear that? Call no man father upon earth, man. One is your Father, right? Which is in heaven, right? Let's go to Psalm 119. We'll start at 136. This is the father of justice. Remember, I just read here, right? Zeus is understood as the god of thunder as well as what? Cosmic justice. Well, let's see the real father of cosmic justice, right? Kara, read that for me, please. From 136 to 138.
136.
From 136, yeah, to 138. Nice and loud.
Rivers of waters run down mine eyes, because they keep not thy law.
Right?
T-Z-A-D.
That's some Zadi, okay?
Okay. Righteous art thou, O Yahweh, and upright are thy judgments.
Right? Upright are thy, judgments. The real father of justice is the one with the upright judgments, man. The Most High don't make no judgment amiss, right? It says, righteous art thou, O Yahweh, and upright are thy judgments. So there's no unrighteousness with the Most High, man, right? He is the father of justice. When a man dies, it is just. You might not understand because you don't understand the workings of the Most High. When a man dies, it is just. When a woman dies, it is just. When a baby dies, it is just. The Most High knows exactly why he's doing everything, and it's because of righteousness and upright judgments, man. Right? Read on.
Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful.
You see that? So the Most High testimonies that he commands are righteous and very faithful, man. Right? So the Most High don't go off. That's basically what this is telling you. The Most High does not go off. Let's read the same in Romans 9, and I believe it's 20, right? 14, right? Romans 9 and 14. Saba, go ahead.
What shall we say then?
Sorry, read from 13.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right. So the Most High said, I love Jacob and I hate Esau, man. So, there's people that God hates, man. God also hates sinners, right? So people might hear that and that, oh, God doesn't hate anyone. Well, the Bible says different, which means God says different. He tells you straight up, I hate certain people. Sinners I hate. The sinners of my people I hate. Esau I hate, right? The people that perform the abominations that we just read of in Proverbs 6:16 on down, the most I hate them, right? But what does it say in 14?
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteous with Yahweh?
Unrighteous what? Wait, hold on. Read the thing properly.
Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh
Right.
forbid.
Yahweh forbid, man. There's no unrighteousness with Yahweh. Yahweh is the real father of justice, man. You understand? And he predates Zeus, right? The real thing always predates the deception, man. That's what you so-called Negroes need to remember and hold on to, because it is true. The truth always predates the lie, man. You know, the Most High is the true father of cosmic justice, right? Let's read on. It says here, Serapis not only embodied these three gods. Which three gods? Osiris, Apis, and Pluto. Okay, Pluto, or in Rome they would call him Hades. All right, in Greek, Pluto. In Greece, Pluto. They're the same god. They're considered the same devil, the same demon. Okay, same slanderer, same evil spirit. Serapis not only embodied these three gods, however, but drew on others. All right. This demon link up with other demons to make bigger demons. And we see an example of this in Yahweh Shai dealing with 1,000 demons that were on a man and casting them out into pigs, and then the pigs running off a cliff, man. A man had 1,000 demons, 1,000 demons in him. He had so many demons, nobody could come near. I believe it's the graveyard that he used to dwell at. They couldn't chain him up. He would burst the chains, man, in real life. That's how many demons this guy had on him, man. Right? He wasn't in his right mind. Right? Everybody considered him a madman because he had so many demons on him, man. Was probably hearing voices. And then Yahweh Shai cast out the demons. And the brother sat and was talking reasonably with Yahweh Shai, man. So when you add demon upon demon, the end result is utter madness in a human body. You see? Right? Violent madness, super strength, just rip your like a throat out madness, man. Stab you, try to force you if you're a woman. Madness. You know, people with less demons than that, they have, low-level madness. They just believe lies are the truth and they live according to that. But this guy had a high level of madness upon him. And Yahushua cast out that 1,000 demons, man. Right? Let's look up the word legion, because he had a legion. Oh my gosh. It's even more. It's oh no. Oh no. Let me go to etymology. This here says it's 3,000 to 6,000. Okay. Let's see here. 1,200. We want before that. Says here, from 1,200, Roman legion, from Old French legion, squad, band, camp, Roman legion, Latin, Roman legion, body of soldiers. Reading on. Common sense is to pick. Unclear whether it's used here to pick up. Roughly 3,000 to 6,000 men, man. Right? Usually with attached cavalry. Craziness. So 3,000 to 6,000 demons, man. Big demons and small ones. Foot soldier demons and horse demons on horseback, man, with special wickedness. This brother had on him, right? And I think we're good there because this is from, the 1,200s. It's not gonna get more ancient than that, with the English definition of the word. So we'll rest on that. Okay. So, I mean, he drew on others, right? Serapis not only embodied these three gods, man, he drew on others, other devils, man, associated with, listen to this, the sun. Note this in your brain. Serapis drew on other gods that were associated with the sun, and you're going to find out that Jesus Christ drew on the very same demons associated with the same things. And I'm going to link it up for you guys. We may not get to it today, but by the time this series is done, we'll get to it. Associated with the sun, associated with afterlife, associated with earth energy, okay, associated with fertility, okay, associated with healing. All right, so Serapis drew on gods that were associated with all these various things. Now, I just want to read the fertility footnote, right? It says gradually Serapis became revered not only as a sun god, right? So Serapis was not only revered as a sun god, Zeus Serapis, but also as a lord of healing and of fertility. All right, and this is from Britannica. All right. All right. Now, and I put that there because the original article does not say fertility, but when you do research, you find out Serapis was also associated with fertility. And this is important because it'll start to show you where they got the whole concept of the Virgin Mary from. Okay. It says, okay, so yeah, this is from scholar Richard H. Wilkinson. All right. All right, cool. And you guys can check out again that footnote on your own time. Reading on. Saba, let me get this part here, please.
Zeus, Helios, Dionysus,
Right.
Hades, and Asclepius, all added aspects of their respective codes.
So stop right
So
there.
that
Stop right there. So the scholars tell you that Serapis, drew on other gods to be formed. And then it names them. It says Zeus. It says Helios. It says Dionysus. It says Hades. It says Asclepius. All right. He drew from them, and he also took religious practices from their various cults. Right. So this god Serapis, or this devil Serapis, was already mixing a plethora of various devil worshiping practices from various demons into one. Serapis was already doing this. Let me see when Ptolemy ruled, because I don't remember the date off the top of my head, right? He's doing this during the time of Ptolemy's rulership, man, right? Ptolemy the first. I think it's about, I want to say maybe 250. Okay, 305. Ptolemy Soter, he ruled from 367, okay, BC until 282 BC. All right. Okay, so yeah, from about 305 BC onward. All right. They already have a Jesus Christ figure by the name of Serapis in 305 BC, created by an Edomite, man, pulling different aspects from disparate gods into one. Remember, for the purpose of unifying people under religion. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. What was the whole purpose of the creation of Jesus Christ, man? Or the pushing of Jesus Christ by the Edomite? It is to unify people under religion. And here you have and that religion was codified in the year 300, and is it 23? In the 300s AD by Constantine. It was finally codified into one. From the time John died until that time, there were different schools run by so-called church fathers, Edomites, man. They took the Most High thing and start to overtake it through politics, man, power politics and schools, the creation of schools and the pushing of philosophies, man, as you guys will see as we continue this study. But before that, you already have Serapis doing the exact same thing, pulling from various pagan cults to put together into a figure called Serapis that would be used to control the people through religion. You can't make this stuff up, Read on, Sava, so that read on, Sava.
So that Serapis emerged as a thoroughly Egypto-Hellenistic deity who personified the aspects of divine majesty, the sun, fertility, the underworld, and afterlife, as well as healing.
Okay, great. Hold on a second. So, Serapis, Egypto-Hellenistic god. Okay, so a Greek god with Egyptian aspects. And this is what he personified: divine majesty, right? Where do you see that? Jesus Christ. The Son. Where do you see that? Jesus Christ. You'll see that. Fertility. Where do you see that? Jesus Christ. I will show you exactly what kind of fertility, right? We spoke about it before, but I'm going to give you the receipts. The underworld and the afterlife. Now we already know, Jesus Christ basically, is boss of the afterlife. He conquered death. Yeah. And I'll show you guys the roots of that because anyway, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, be worried about this part, but we will clear that up, right? The underworld and afterlife, as well as healing, man, right? So this was what Serapis personified, man, right? Their religious figure, from 305 BC on until 30 BC, created by Edomite. This is what he personified. The very same things that Jesus Christ personifies, man. Right? It says, okay, so go ahead, Sava. The mythology.
The mythology of Serapis was therefore the mythology of his underlying deities, but the
Right?
aspect of afterlife and fertility was always primary to his nature.
Right. So again, yeah. So Serapis mixed the medicine, right? He took all these deities, put them in one, and it says his chief things was the what he do in the afterlife, okay, and the fertility. All right. So the afterlife and the fertility were always the primary aspects of his nature. All right. And these things have come down all the way to the 21st century, to today, right? So let's have a quick look at these gods to see if we find any similarities to Jesus Christ. Okay. Uh, First, let's look at Zeus. All right. Kara, can you read for me what that says?
Well,
The purple highlighted part.
um, Jesus is dressed in a gold toga. He is the heavenly ruler of all the world.
Read on.
Familiar from famous statue of a long-haired and bearded Olympi, Olymp, Olymp, Olympian Zeus on a throne. The
So
stat
stop right there. Stop right there. It says Jesus is dressed in a gold toga, right? This gold toga is familiar from the famous statue of long-haired and bearded Olympian Zeus. That gold toga is familiar from a famous statue of the long-haired and bearded Olympian Zeus on a throne. You can't make this up. This is literally a painting of what is supposed, of Jesus Christ, because we understand there's a difference between Jesus Christ and the Messiah, Yahweh Shai. This is the false God, and that's what I'm trying to show you guys, right? It says this is based on Zeus. This painting is based on a statue of Zeus, man. And Serapis is based upon Zeus. And he predates Jesus Christ, man. So where is this coming from? You tell me. Put two and two together, and you will get four. Keep reading. A statue so well known
The statue so well known that the Roman Empire
Emperor.
Emperor Augustus
Yep,
had a
Augustus.
Augustus had a copy of himself made in the same style, without godly long hair and a beard.
You see that? The statue is so well known that the Roman Emperor Augustus made a copy of the same one, except, you know, he's like, take out the long hair and the beard of Zeus, man. Just make it me instead. Right? Let's look at another receipt. So we're looking at similarities between these false gods that they say made up Serapis and Jesus Christ, man. Well, here's a direct receipt, man, right? From the 4th century. I forgot to point that out. Where does it tell you that it was from the 4th century? I think at the top. No. One second. In fact, this familiar image of Jesus actually comes from the 4th century onwards, okay? Which image? This image, okay? And they're telling you it comes from the 4th century onwards, all right? Which we know from our study is that definitely predates the 4th century. But for the purposes of this is showing you the 4th century depictions of Jesus Christ, man. And telling you what they're based on, right? It says here also, the halo comes from classical art. It was originally a feature of the sun god. And I think we're going to come back here, but I'm just going to read this as we're here. It was a feature of the sun god Apollo, man. Apollo, or Sol Invictus, but was added to Jesus's head to show his heavenly nature. So they are taking the attributes of their old demons and adding it to the so-called Messiah in order to show that the Messiah is holy. How does that make any sense, man? You're mixing up demons with more demons to create angels, good angels? No, man. Right? This is just a bigger demon, a more crafty devil. I pray you guys see what's happening here, man. Right? Let's continue. So we're looking at the similarities to Zeus, right? Let's look at this other piece of work here. It says Byzantine artists looking to show Christ's heavenly rule as cosmic king invented him as a younger version of Zeus. Right? What has happened over time is that this visualization of heavenly Christ, today sometimes we made along hippie lines, has become our standard model of the early Jesus. So again, here the point being, Byzantine artists looking to show Christ's heavenly rule as cosmic king invented him as a younger version of who?
Yeah, I guess.
Family. The Byzantine artists looking to show Christ's heavenly rule as cosmic king invented him as a younger version of who?
Zeus.
They invented him as a younger version of Zeus, man. The look as a younger version of Zeus. And this is Zeus, okay? This is Emperor Augustus, all right? This is the younger version. No, this is from Jesus Christ Superstar. My bad. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I thought I had an image here. Let's see. Okay, Jesus as Zeus in the 1460s. What do I have here? 1460s. Let's see. The Resurrection is a fresco painting by the Italian Renaissance master Piero della Francesca, painted in the 1460s in the Palazzo della Residenza in the town of Sassuolo, Tuscany, Italy. Piero was commissioned to paint the fresco for the Gothic-style Residenza, the communal meeting hall. This was used solely by conservatori, the chief magistrates and governors who, before starting their councils, would pray before the image. The secular and spiritual meanings of the painting, so they would pray before this image, were always intimately intertwined. Placed highly on the interior wall facing the entrance, the fresco includes an allusion to the name of the city, meaning Holy Sepulchre, derived from the presence of two relics of the Holy Sepulchre carried here by two pilgrims in the 9th century. Della Francesca's Christ is also featured on the town's coat of arms. I think here what I want is, one second. What? Let's see. Jesus is the center of the composition. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, what I believe I wanted to show here is this. I just wanted to compare. You guys see that? This is Zeus, all right? Zeus is this is Zeus's look. This is Emperor Augustus with the same look. And now this is Jesus Christ, man. Do you guys see the similarity in the look in this painting? Saba, what similarity do you see here, if any? Between this and this. Saba,
The chest.
okay. What about these robes here? Kara, notice any similarity in the robes? Especially between this one and this one? Kara, hello? If you guys are talking, I can't hear you. Saba, where's Kara? Did I lose you guys on the thing here? Let's see. Sava. Yeah, I think I might have lost these guys. Anyone want to take a stab at this? What do you see that's similar between these two images? Going once, going twice.
They're both holding a flag.
No, we're looking at the robes. Yeah, but that is also a good what do you call it? That's a good observation, even though it's in opposite hands, right? They're both holding a flag. What else?
Well, they're both holding similar robes, except Zeus's one is a bit shorter.
Yeah, right. Zeus's one is a bit shorter, you're right, right? But this is the exact same robe as Augustus, man. And we know Augustus's robe is based on Zeus's robe, right? So this motif is basically Jesus Christ as Zeus, you know? Let's see what else we got here. There's another, right? Let's see here. This says Christ risen from the tomb, 1490, man. And this time they put the flag or the pole in the correct hand. They put it in the right hand. You know? That's Zeus, man. Right? There you go. Straight up. All right. Who else did they mix him with? Helios. All right, let's read a little bit about Helios. Saba, let me get this first paragraph here, please.
Helios in Greek religion, the sun god, sometimes called a titan.
Mhm.
He drove a chariot daily from east to west across the sky and sailed around the northerly stream of ocean each night in a huge cup.
Right,
In classical Greece, Helios was especially worshipped in Rhodes,
right,
where from at least the early 5th century BCE, he was regarded as the chief god to
right.
whom the island belonged.
All right.
His worship spread as he became increasingly identified with other deities, often under Eastern influence.
Read on.
From the 5th century BCE, Apollo, who originally a deity of radiant purity, was more and more interpreted as a sun god.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Roman Empire, the sun itself came to be worshipped as the unconquered sun.
The unconquered what?
The unconquered sun.
Right. So in in the Roman Empire, the same empire spoken of as the legs in Daniel chapter 2, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, the fourth beast upon the earth, the Roman Empire came to worship the sun itself, man, as what? The unconquered sun, also called Sol Invictus, which is the name under which Emperor Constantine codified Christianity. I mean, this is utterly ridiculous. And when you look at a good old Helios here, you start to see where Jesus Christ's halo came from, man. You know, this same halo is on the head of the Statue of Liberty, which we looked at, I believe, 2 classes ago. So these guys just keep mixing demons to make better demons, mixing devils to get better devils, more attractive devils, devils accepted by a larger group of people. At the time of Serapis, Ptolemy wanted the acceptance of the Egyptian, you know, and in this time, the Edomites want the acceptance of the so-called European, which are the biblical Edomites. And that's why they push Jesus Christ and not the true black Messiah, Yahweh Shai. Right? Let's so now that we know a little bit about Zeus, let's have a gander at a couple illustrations here. Okay, here's one illustration of Zeus. Sorry, Helios. I apologize. Probably misspoke there. And take note of the chariot, okay? And the chariot going across the sky. All right. Helios, your boy, right? With the unconquered sun around his head, man. Remember, this is who Serapis was made of, family. All right. Here's a couple more images of Helios. Sorry about the nakedness, but who is this? Right? Family, who does this look like in the 21st century? What statue is this?
Augustus or Zeus.
No. Remember, Serapis is just made of these various gods. But is there a statue that you've seen in the 21st century, family, right, that looks like this? The only difference is one of the statues has clothes on and this one doesn't.
Yeah, it kind of looks similar to something.
Here, let me pull it up. See that? Right? What's the difference? Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
So this statue of Helios looks just like the Statue of Liberty, man. It's just the Statue of Liberty is a female with the clothes on, and Helios is a naked man with his clothes in his hand. Right? And there's slight differences in the torch that he's holding, but I'm sure you see the similarities, right? Remember, this is who Serapis was based on. This is one of the demons on which Serapis was based, right? Well, when I'm in there teaching, don't come in, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you go back downstairs, please? Thank you. I kind of, yeah, that's fine. Leave it like that. Yeah. Right? Ceiling mosaic, Christus Helios, the mosaic of soul in Mausoleum M, which is interpreted as Christ's soul. Christ as the Son. Detail of vault mosaic in the Mausoleum of Julie from the necropolis under St. Peter's, mid-3rd century, Rome. This literally is called Christ as the Son. Family, you can't make this up, man. I'm going to read on. Mosaic from the Vatican, necropolis under St. Peter's Basilica on the ceiling of the tomb of Julie, representation of Christ as the sun god Helios, or Sol Invictus, riding his chariot, dated to the 3rd century AD, man. Early Christian and pagan beliefs are combined in this 3rd century mosaic of Christ as a sun god. Uh-oh. The triumphant Christ God, with rays shooting from his head, is pulled aloft by 2 rearing horses in his chariot. The Dionysian vines in the background becomes the vines of Christ. Title, Christ as Sol Invictus, late 3rd century, the first apology by Saint Justin Martyr, an early Christian, quotes Psalm 19, 5-6, a verse that was very popular with early Christians. Not early Israelites, early Christians. Okay, people following this Edomite created religion. It was associated with the ancient Christian custom of praying towards the east, the direction of Christ's ascension and second coming, instead of toward Jerusalem as the Jews did. You hear that? The Christians used to pray towards the east instead of towards Jerusalem. I mean, all praise to the Most High, man. You start to look at ancient artifacts and everything comes together, right? And hear how it was foretold concerning those who published his doctrine and proclaimed his appearance, the above mentioned prophet and King David, speaking thus by the spirit of prophecy, in the sun as he set his tabernacle, and he as a bridegroom going out of his chamber shall rejoice, as a giant to run his course. Christ was also associated with the Sun of Justice with its healing rays, right? And so on and so forth, okay? I'm not going to read all of this, but the point here is, I mean, they literally drew Messiah as the sun god Helios, okay? Can't make this stuff up, man. And, you know, I'm sure we can plainly see, you know, the motif here, all right? It's just everywhere. All right, so that's the halo. Okay, let's move on. How are we doing for time? Okay. Okay. Helios's halo on Jesus again, right? And a third time, Helios's halo on Jesus, right? Right. Helios's halo on Jesus from the 18th century. All right, and I'm sure everyone is familiar with this this motif, okay, or this image. right? Next, we have Apollo. Um, Okay, and this is what I wanted to read. The halo also comes from classical art. It was originally a feature of the sun god Apollo, or what? Sol Invictus. So you see how they're associating Helios and Apollo, because in Greek, the Romans took the Greek gods and called them different names. Okay, so sometimes you'll see the Roman name Apollo or the Greek name Helios, and so on and so forth. But the point here being, the halo also comes from classical art, and it was originally a feature of the sun god Apollo, or Sol Invictus, which we just read about, but was added to Jesus's head to show his heavenly nature. No, it was added to Jesus's head to show his demonic nature, to show how they took little pieces of demons to get Jesus Christ, man. Right? And those who have eyes to see will see, and those who have ears to hear will hear. Right? I see Apollo associated with the sun. Whoops. What do I have here? Whoop. There we go. All righty. Saba, can you read this for me here, please?
Apollo oversaw the initiation rites performed by young males as they entered the full civic community and became warriors.
Right.
Rituals in this process involved cutting hair and offering it to God, as well as
To what? Cutting hair and what?
offering it to God. To
Man,
the God,
thank you very much.
as well as athletic and martial challenges.
Right.
The god is frequently associated with the sun,
Right.
and as as Phobos Apollo, and the
Right.
sun god Helios.
And what?
The sun god Helios.
Right. So you see, as I was telling you guys, Apollo is often associated also with the sun god Helios. Okay, go ahead.
But modern scholars mostly agree that the link between Apollo and Helios does not go further back than the 5th century BCE.
Right. So from the 5th century, from 500 BCE onward, Apollo and Helios are linked, okay? Or rather associated, okay? And the Greek and the Roman interchange those gods as the same, okay? Or rather those demons as the same, all right? So, Serapis took from Zeus, Serapis took from Helios, Serapis took from Apollo, okay, which is, basically the Roman, if I'm not mistaken, Helios, okay. Serapis took from Dionysus, right? And it made its way all the way up, as we will prove, to Jesus Christ, right? Now, give me a quick second here, family. Just give me a quick second here. I need to use the washroom here. So just take a quick break here, 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right.
Hate ads? Want to listen to your music in peace? Sign up for SoundCloud Go so you can listen ad-free and offline. With SoundCloud, you have access to more music than any other streaming platform. Your subscription also directly benefits independent artists, paying them more based on your listens. Sign up for SoundCloud Go today.
Hit the block with sharpshooter. Aiming for ceiling, knock your block loose. Going line upon line, like junkies in the crack house. I hope you get the point. I ain't talking Jerry Stackhouse. Burnt brass in the furnace. That's what you call the blackout. 12 tries scattered abroad. Go ahead, bring the map out. Pulling scriptures from my hip. Look like I brought the Mac out. But this weapon's not carnal. But we moving like the army. One mind, one spirit, one Lord, one body. It's a marathon, honest. Enduring while I'm jogging. While I'm feeling like David. These trials go liar. Watch me kill them one drop. All my enemies drop. 1 Corinthians 10:4, young son to lean on, light shining, being strong, fresh water, him long. Put that hymn book up, we gon' sing a new song. New song, an old song. John 14:26, Revelation 2:27. Start at verse 26. Giving hope to the blind, like braille when we speak. From the jail to the streets, fishing scale overseas, as we sail overseas, like the sand of the seas. Hosea 1:10, coming down 110. Got 99 sheep, we just came for one man. Zephaniah 2:1, this ain't about one man. Water rain and drip drop, time short, tick-tock, milk splashing, they lactose, that's why they lack growth. Sabbath class a little meat, double ditch a little deep. To the elders, double honors, like I said that twice. In the spirit of the Lord, not by might, strong in the Lord, and the power of his might. Got fire on my left, water on my right. True story when I speak, give life when I write. Proverbs 7:2, I stand 7:2. 2 Timothy 1:7, I'm a man like you. I feel God who kills souls and heals souls with one song, one water and one planet. Through God is gon' grow. Too cold like 2-6. Out that fire, no stitch. Still smell like new clothes. Repent of DOA, death at your feet hole. Exodus 19:6, fresh dress and creased clothes. Fresh dress and creased clothes. Hit the block with sharpshooter. Aiming for ceiling, knock your block loose. Going line upon line, like junkies in the crack house. I hope you get the point. I ain't talking Jerry Stackhouse. Burnt brass in the furnace. That's what you call the blackout. 12 tries scattered abroad. Go ahead, bring the map out. Hit the block with sharpshooter. Aiming for ceiling, knock your block loose. Going line upon line, like junkies in the crack house. I hope you get the point. I ain't talking Jerry Stackhouse. Burnt brass in the furnace. That's what you call the blackout. 12 tries scattered abroad. Go ahead, bring the map out.
What a beautiful new moon. It's the beginning of a new day. We know who we are, yes, we know who we are. Now that we know who we are as a nation, we know exactly what to do. By keeping the Most High God's laws. We know who we are, we know who we are. Order, structure, discipline. We know who we are, we know who we are. Edom, you can't lie to us anymore. You erased our history. But now, by the will of the Most High God.
All right, hallelujah. We back. We back. All right, so looking at here, where Serapis got his other attributes from, right? And we went through all these demons that he got his other attributes from, other than Pluto. All right. So he got the halo from Helios. All right. Who predates Apollo? So really, it's Helios Apollo, right? He got his beard and his hair from Zeus, all right, and his robe from Zeus. They just made it a little more decent to match the times, All right. And he got certain festivals from Dionysus. All right, so let's have a look at Dionysus and see. Dionysus, introduced into Rome from Lower Italy, the Bacchanalia were at first held in secret, attended by women only on 3 days of the year. Later, admission was extended to men, and celebrations took place as often as 5 times a month. The reputation of these festivals as orgies led in 186 BC to a decree of the Roman Senate that prohibited the Bacchanalia through Italy, except in certain special cases. Surprisingly, a copy of the decree survives, as does the account by the Roman historian Livy. Hold on a second. I don't think this is what I wanted here. Yeah. One quick second here. Da-da-da. All right. Up here, sorry. The Bacchanalia in Greco-Roman religion, any of several festivals of Bacchus or the Dionysius. Okay. The wine god, they probably originated as rites of fertility gods. All right. The most famous of the Greek Dionysia were in Attica, so on and so forth. The point being, the Bacchanalia is one of several festivals of Bacchus or Dionysius. Okay, and he is the wine god. What does that have to do with anything? You'll see, right? Serapis took his fertility rites, okay, from Dionysus with his Bacchanalia. Okay. So that's the Dionysian Bacchanalia. All right. That's where it comes from. All right. It was let's see here. They probably originated as rites of fertility gods. All right. The reputation of these festivals as orgies, okay, led in 186 BC to a decree of the Roman Senate that prohibited the Bacchanalia. All right. So this is the Dionysian Bacchanalia. Did you know Christianity also has the very same festival? I'll say it again. Christianity has the very same festival. So-called St. Lucians, which are Hebrews in the island of St. Lucia in the Caribbean, just finished celebrating this. And this is a big thing in Christianity all throughout the Caribbean. And it's coming up here in Canada, man, in Toronto. The Bacchanalia, which is called Carnival, right? Let's make the connection. Carnival or Shrovetide is a festive season that occurs at the close of the Christian pre-Lent period. So before Lent, traditionally, because they shift a lot of them now, a lot of the festival dates, just for better tourism, better money making. But this is how this thing originated and is still done today in certain places, and definitely was done that way in the Caribbean for a very long time. Might still be the same thing in Trinidad, actually. They might not have changed the dates in Trinidad. You'd have to look it up. So it says it occurs at the closing of the Christian pre-Lent period. So before you go into Lent, which is a holy period, you do the bacchanal. You sin it up. You get involved in the orgies of Dionysus, man. Right? It says it's consisting of the Quinquagesima or Shrove Sunday, or like the Trinidadians like to say, Carnival Sunday and Carnival Monday. Okay, Shrove Sunday and Shrove Monday. All right. Right. And what Shrove or Carnival Tuesday, also called Mardi Gras. Carnival typically involves public celebrations, including events such as parades, public street parties, and other entertainments, combining some elements of a circus. By the way, just like the Bacchanalia would have its public orgies and wild parties and festivals. It's the same thing happening for Carnival today. It's literally the same festival. I'll read here again concerning the Bacchanalia. It says, at first it was held in secret and attended by women only, right? Held in secret and attended by women only. Later, it was extended to men. Many celebrations. The reputation of the festival as orgies led in 186 to a decree that prohibited the Bacchanalia throughout Italy, except when? Except in certain special cases. All right. Right. And if you read up on this, it tells you that there was one particular Roman official that hated the Bacchanalia so much. You know, he had some stuff to say about it. I don't remember, but it shows you that the Bacchanalia eventually became public, right? Let's see if it's in here. Uh, Public Bacchanalia. Unofficial, privately funded, popular Roman festivals of Bacchus, okay, based on various aesthetic elements of the Greek Dionysia. They were almost certainly associated with Rome's native cult of Liber, okay, which is also the root of the statue of Liberty or Liberty, okay. Demons again, probably arrived in Rome itself around 200 BC. Like all mysterious religions of the ancient world, very little is known of their rites. They seem to have been popular and well organized through the central and southern Italian peninsula. Okay, let's see if I can just find the Bacchanalia may have had mystery elements and public elements. Religious dramas were performed where? In public. Okay, and private rites performed by acolytes and priests of the deity. Okay, so it had a public portion as well. Let me see. Roman politician who hated Bacchanalia. Let's see. I'll just check this real quick. Didn't plan on this, so Bacchanalia. There we go. I think this is the guy. Is this he? 1 second. Okay. All right. 1 second. He was the license. This is a small thing. I don't think this is the exact guy, but this is one of the other historical figures who hated the Bacchanalia. From the date of his censorship, this individual called Cato the Elder, from the date of his censorship, 184 to his death in 194, Cato held no public office but continued to distinguish himself in the Senate as a persistent opponent of the new ideas. He was struck with horror, along with many other Romans, at the license of the Bacchanalian mysteries. All right. Which he attributed to the influence of Greek manners, and he vehemently urged the dismissal of the philosophers Carneades, Diogenes, and Critolus, who had come as ambassadors from Athens on account of what he believed was the dangerous nature of their ideas. Okay, so even some of these Edomites, man, hated the Bacchanalia. Okay, and so on and so forth, right? He also uttered warnings against the influence of Chaldean astrologers who entered Italy along with what? Greek culture. All right. All right. Let's move on from this and go back to the Christian Bacchanalia. All right. So carnival typically involves public celebrations, etc. Elaborate costumes and masks allow people to set aside their everyday individuality and experience a heightened sense of social unity. All right. All for one spirit from First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41 on. Participants often indulge in excessive consumption of alcohol, meat, and other foods that will be foregone during the upcoming Lent. You see that? Traditionally, buttermilk and other animal products were not consumed excessively. Rather, their stock was fully consumed during Showtime as to reduce waste. Festival is also known for being, this is what I want, a time of great indulgence before Lent, which is a time to stress the opposite. So, with drinking, overeating, and various other activities of indulgence being performed, for example, pancakes, donuts, and other desserts are prepared and eaten for a final time during Lent, and animal products are eaten less, and individuals make a Lenten sacrifice, thus giving up certain objects or activity of desire. As such, during the season of Showtime, it's customary for Christians to ponder what Lenten sacrifices they will make for the coming Lent. 1 second. The term carnival is traditionally used in areas with a large Catholic presence as well as in Greece. So this is not our festival. The celebration is known as Festilavin in historically evangelical countries. It's also called Showtide in areas with high concentration of Anglicans. The carnival season traditionally opens on 11/11. I was looking for there we go. The characteristics of the celebration of Carnival take their origin from the ancient European festivals such as the Greek Dionysian and Roman Saturnalia. The Greek Dionysian and Roman Saturnalia, okay, which the Dionysian festival is the festival of Bacchus, all right? The Dionysian festival is the festival of Bacchus, family. All right. Let's see here. During these festivals, there was a temporary release from social obligations. This is what I wanted. And hierarchies to make way for the overthrow of order, joking, and even debauchery. Right? From a historical and religious point of view, the carnival therefore represented a period of celebration, but above all, symbolic of renewal, during which chaos replaced the established order, which, however, once the festive period was over, reemerged new or renewed and guaranteed for a cycle valid until the beginning of the following carnival. All right. So the carnival is based on the ancient Dionysian festivals, and we looked here and showed you that the ancient Dionysian festival is the festival of Bacchus. All right. The Bacchanalia in Greco-Roman, any of several festivals of Bacchus, Dionysius, the wine god. They probably originated as rites of fertility gods, all right? And then it says here, these festivals were orgies, man, right? And they banned them, right? But Christianity repackaged it as Shrovetide or Carnival, man. And we celebrate it today, right? So, Carnival literally comes from Dionysus, okay? That's one of the demons that helped to build Christianity. Because Carnival or Shrovetide is a Christian celebration in 2024, man, in current day. That's why in Trinidad, they still have Carnival Monday, Carnival Sunday. It all comes from Shrovetide. And it's pre-Lent. You go sin it up before you go get holy. You know? Remember it said that the Dionysian festival was based on fertility rites? Right? Let's look at Serapis as a fertility lord. Here from Britannica, it says, gradually, Serapis became revered not only as a sun god, Zeus Serapis, but also as a lord of healing and fertility. See that? So before giving you Jesus Christ, they already gave you Serapis, right? With these attributes of Dionysus, of Helios, of Zeus, of Osiris, where is it? Of Apis, right? Of Hades and of Asclepius, right? Let's look at Hades. How are we doing? Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish these gods, and then we'll wrap, and then we'll reconvene next Shabbat for part 4. So let's look at what we have on Hades here. So they took some attributes from Hades. All right, let's see. Hades in the ancient Greek religion and mythology is the god of the dead and the king of the underworld. All right. Didn't it say that Serapis was his main thing, his main association was with the underworld and fertility? Right? And no wonder, because Osiris is the god of the underworld from the Egyptians, and Apis as well, right? And now you have the I believe Hades is, Roman, if I'm not mistaken. And if he's not Roman, he's certainly Greek. Hades, man, as Lord of the Underworld, right? And Serapis was given this same title, right? And this comes all the way down to Jesus Christ, man, Lord of the living and of the dead. Now we're going to show you how they spun all of this off of Yahweh's teachings But nonetheless, right, let's handle this. It says Roman era mythographers eventually equated the Etruscan god Ita and the Roman gods Dispata and Orcus with Hades and merged all these figures into Pluto. If you guys remember, last week's service ended with showing that Serapis was the image of Pluto. Some scholars call it into question, but look, we go all the way around and come back to the same image again, to Pluto, right? It says it's a Latinization of Pluton, Greek Pluton itself, and a euphemistic title meaning the rich one, often given to Hades. And it says here that this picture, the first picture that I used when we started this study, is a picture of Hades Serapis with Cerberus from the mid-2nd century AD, right? It's a sculpture. King of the underworld, God of the dead and riches. So they took the king of the underworld, the god of the dead and riches, Hades, also known as Pluto, right? And used that as the image of Serapis. Your bearded, long hair, staff, sandal, Roman robe wearing, white Jesus, man. You know. Finally, let's look at Asclepius. I mean, this is crazy. I gotta pull this up again. Right? There's your white Jesus, man. Where's the zoom? Whoops. Right? Just remix that. Put a sun on that head. You understand what I'm saying? It adds some Helios to this, you know? He already have a Zeus look, right? Add some Dionysus. Add some Osiris. Add some Apis. Bubble, bubble, toil, and trouble. Out come Jesus Christ, man. Madness. Right? I want to hit this last one. Asclepius. Healing and resurrection. Asclepius met a tragic end when he was killed by a thunderbolt thrown by Zeus. All right? This is in their mythology. This was because the father of the gods saw Asclepius and his art of healing as a threat to the eternal division between humanity and the gods. Okay? So, you know, in their mythology, Asclepius was killed because, you know, he was trying to get humans closer to the gods. Okay? Especially following rumors that Asclepius' healing powers were so formidable that he could even raise the dead. All right? That he could even raise the dead. All right? So these guys took even elements of this Asclepius and it just worked. Right? So hopefully now you're starting to see why Christianity just worked for the Romans, man. Because the Romans came from the Greeks. And the Greeks already created their false gods using the attributes of the real gods and remixing it with the demons that they found in Japheth's land in Greece, right? Which is a whole other video. We look at that in the origin of the Europeans, right? Of the so-called Europeans. And, came up with this new God for people to worship, right? So that's all I got for this week. Next week, we're going to look at where the demons got their attributes from. This week we covered where Serapis got his attributes from, which is from demons. And next week we're going to cover where those particular demons got their attributes from, which is the word of God. They got it from Yahweh. These demons remixed the attributes of the Most High and turned it into their own imaginations. That's where they got it from, right? And we're gonna prove that next week. So with that, all praise to the Most High. Hopefully you were edified, and we'll get back at it next Saturday during our service. All right. So for those who are watching online, blessings unto you. If you're a so-called Negro, your whole purpose in life is to fear God and keep his commandments. And you need to return to the law, statutes, and commandments of your God. That's what the Bible teaches, or you will perish first when the Most High brings his wrath upon this earth, right? So, if you are interested in walking with the Most High, this is a safe space to do so. I don't need your money. I don't need anything from you. I just want to teach you the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High so you can keep them in spirit and truth and make it to the kingdom. All right. So blessings unto you. Follow the page and keep getting the knowledge and reach out to me personally. I am more than willing to teach you everything you need to know, to follow the Most High God. All right. And to the people on the line, just stay on the line for a second. Let me stop this recording. All right. And we'll pray, and we'll pray out and blow the trumpet.